Imagine a universe where past, present, and future dance in a cosmic waltz, where a single breath could span millennia, and where your future self is already guiding your present. This isn't science fiction. It's the mind-bending reality of time as we're beginning to understand it. As we dive into the depths of quantum physics and spiritual awakening, our conventional understanding of time unravels like a sweater caught on a nail. Dr. Michio Kaku, renowned theoretical physicist, puts it succinctly. Time is far more complex than we ever imagined. In our everyday lives, time seems to flow like a river, steady, predictable, and unidirectional. We wake up, go about our day, and sleep, all in a neat, linear progression. But this, as many physicists and spiritual teachers agree, is merely an illusion. Einstein's theory of relativity showed us that time is relative, changing based on the observer's frame of reference. But recent studies and spiritual insights take this concept even further. As Dr. Radin, chief scientist at the Institute of Noetic Sciences, explains, time is not just relative, it's fundamentally non-linear. This non-linearity becomes apparent when we consider phenomena like quantum entanglement and precognition. In quantum entanglement, particles can instantly affect each other regardless of the distance between them, seemingly defying the speed of light and our understanding of cause and effect. Precognition, the ability to perceive future events, has been studied extensively by researchers like Dr. Daryl Bem, suggesting that information can indeed travel backwards in time. One of the most fascinating aspects of time is its ability to dilate or stretch. This isn't just theoretical, it's a measurable phenomenon. Astronauts on the International Space Station experience time slightly differently than we do on Earth due to their speed and distance from Earth's gravitational field. Now, let's expand this concept to cosmic proportions. Imagine beings existing in higher dimensions or densities of consciousness. For them, what we perceive as a human lifetime might pass in the blink of an eye. As spiritual teacher Eckhart Tolle often says, time isn't precious at all, because it is an illusion. What you perceive as precious is not time, but the one point that is out of time the now. This idea aligns with ancient wisdom traditions. In Hindu cosmology, the concept of Brahma's day suggests that vast eons of earthly time are but a moment in the grand cosmic scale. This parallels modern physics' understanding of time dilation in extreme gravitational fields, such as near black holes. As we ascend to higher states of consciousness, our perception of time shifts dramatically. Many spiritual traditions speak of a higher self, a version of us that exists beyond the constraints of linear time, embodying the wisdom of all our experiences across multiple dimensions. Dr. Stanislav Grof, a pioneer in transpersonal psychology, has extensively studied altered states of consciousness. His research suggests that in these states, people can access information from what appears to be past lives, future events, or parallel realities. This implies a consciousness that transcends our everyday perception of time. From this perspective, your higher self isn't just a future version of you. It's an aspect of your being that exists in an eternal now, simultaneously influencing and being influenced by all points in what we perceive as your timeline. Retrocausality, the future affecting the past. Perhaps one of the most mind-bending concepts in modern physics is retrocausality, the idea that future events can influence the past. While it seems to violate our intuitive understanding of cause and effect, it's a serious topic of study in quantum physics. Dr. Yakir Aharonov's work on weak quantum measurements has shown that particles seem to be influenced by measurements that haven't yet been made. This suggests a universe where time is more like a cosmic web than a linear progression. In the spiritual realm, this concept resonates with the idea of manifesting or the law of attraction. If time is non-linear, then our future intentions and states of being could indeed shape our present circumstances. Unity consciousness and the illusion of separation. as we move into what some traditions call the fifth density or higher states of consciousness. The illusion of separation, including the separation of past, present, and future, begins to dissolve. This state of unity consciousness reveals the interconnectedness of all things across what we perceive as time and space. Deepak Chopra, blending Eastern wisdom with Western science, often speaks of this state. In unity consciousness, we experience the truth that we are not in the world is in us. Time and space are modes of our thinking, not conditions in which we live. This perspective aligns with cutting-edge theories in physics, such as the holographic principle, which suggests that our three-dimensional reality might be a projection of information stored on a two-dimensional surface, much like a hologram. Practical implications: living in non-linear time. Understanding time's non-linear nature isn't just an intellectual exercise. It has profound implications for how we live our lives. If all moments exist simultaneously in an eternal now, then each choice we make ripples across our entire timeline. This realization can be both empowering and humbling. On one hand, it suggests that we have more influence over our reality than we might have thought. On the other, it reminds us of the interconnectedness of all our actions and their far-reaching consequences. As we navigate this complex tapestry of time, perhaps the most valuable approach is to cultivate presence. As Ram Dass famously said, "Be here now." By fully inhabiting each moment, we align ourselves with the eternal present from which all times, past, present, and future, emerge. In conclusion, time is far more than the ticking of a clock or the flipping of calendar pages. It's a fundamental aspect of reality that, when deeply understood, reveals the interconnected, multi-dimensional nature of our existence. As we continue to explore these concepts, both scientifically and spiritually, we open ourselves to a richer, more expansive experience of reality. One where every moment contains the infinite potential of all that was, is, and will be.